I spent the best part of 3 months scouring the internet for the best YouTube tutorials on how to improve my portrait drawings, and essentially it was a waste of time because the only tool I needed was in the palm of my hand. And this channel is all about throwing the gates wide open, so let me introduce you to the Head Model Studio, the art study app. I'm actually going to show you the app on my iPad and my phone because I'm going to be using my phone for some of the filming. I discovered this app when I was researching my Asaro head, planes of the head video. I was looking for some free digital Asaro head models to share with anybody who wanted them, and the App Store really delivered. This app is actually available on Google Play as well as the App Store, so Android users, try those tiers. This one's for you too. There's a free version that comes with 2 free models. If your only goal is to use this app to study the planes of the head and improve your facial dimensions and such, then the free version is more than enough. It will do the job for you. With the free version, you can manipulate the model's face in whichever direction you want it to look. You can play around with the light source, understand better how to situate your portraits in different times of days and scenarios. There are 2 paid options. There's a monthly subscription, and then there's a one-time lifetime option, which also includes any updates and any new lessons they add to the app, and they are adding new lessons all the time. In the couple of months since I downloaded the app and got the lifetime, which I think is $50 or thereabouts, they've already added a couple new lessons and extra features to the app as well. And with the lifetime app, with the lifetime subscription, with the paid app, you go from having 2 models to over 25, to approximately 25 models. I think that's what it officially says on the App Store. So in my opinion, the lifetime access for $50, totally worth it. I feel like I've already got my money's worth on that. So with the 25 models, you have options on the different schools of thought. So you have planes of the head models based off the Loomis method, the Asaro method, and the Riley method, respectively. Then you also get skulls, all the way from very simplistic skulls to more complicated skulls to ones with muscles on them, so you really get your full anatomy's worth. You have all different busts that are very ethnically diverse, male and female, and then you also get Greek busts, like classical Greek statues that you can practice your drawing or your sculpting, I guess, on. And then with the planes of the head models, you can manipulate them in whichever way you want. So you can give them a head tilt forwards, backwards, side to side. And the developer clearly knew that we're all sick and love to test the limits of human physicality to the extremes. So they put some stop gaps in place to make sure that you can't do a reenactment of The Exorcist. You can also modify the guidelines. So in the Asaro method, which is the method that I've learnt mostly with, there are different guidelines on where to put the eyes and the nose and the mouth in order to have your head proportionately correct. And the model, you can put those on the model while you're still training your eyes to see that, and while you still need them. You can also, they like to put a box around the model. I think I talked about this before, how it's easier to work in flat planes than curved planes. So by putting a box around the model, once you're tilting the head and stuff, you can better understand the angles that the head's meant to be. And you can also modify the facial features, making the eyes slightly wider apart, the cheekbones higher, because as we all know, not all faces look the same. Although I do have this theory that there are only 5 faces in the world and we are all variations on the theme, but that's a tangent for another day. And if I haven't completely sold this app yet, here's the best part. it has lessons. And I should probably emphasize at this point, pretty late in the game, that I am not actually sponsored by the creators of this app. They don't know who I am. I barely know who they are. The artist whose work is featured throughout is called Daria Gray, and I'm definitely a fan of her work now, but this is not a sponsorship. This is just a friend sharing what I think could be an invaluable app for any other budding artists. So back to the app. I know from experience that when you're trying to teach yourself how to draw, it's very easy to get sucked into the trap of watching a bunch of videos and not actually doing any practice. However many videos you watch, you can't learn through seeing. You can only learn through doing. And what I love about these lessons is that they break down the anatomy into simple step-by-step processes, and then there are practice sheets at the end of it. The practice sheets actually have 15 different angles for you to practice: tilting up, tilting down, straight forward, to the left, to the right. And if all you do at the end of it is just copy the 15 models for each practice sheet, so for the basic head shape, for adding the eyes, adding the nose, adding the mouth, adding the ears, that's already hours of invaluable practice at multiple different angles and perspectives, which is something that it can be hard to force yourself to do. So just doing that, I feel like you've already got your money's worth. I've been slowly going through the lessons, and I have already seen improvement in my portraits. Here's a side-by-side of a portrait I drew at the beginning of January with one that I drew this week. And yes, there is still so much room for improvement, but all we can do is improve 1% every day, and then at the end of 100 days, you're 100% better than what you were when you started. And even for more seasoned artists, I feel like these are good exercises to go back on and just brush up on your skills. So yeah, if you want to improve your portrait drawing this year, Head Model Studio is definitely an app that you should investigate. And if you've made it this far, first of all, thank you so much. And secondly, let me know which technique you prefer. Are you Loomis, Asaro, Riley, or do you have a completely new technique thing altogether? I'm Anarbong Tomelio, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.